Imagine a single speech echoing across a nation, not with anger, but with vision and grace, inspiring millions to dream of a world where character matters more than skin color. That was the power of Martin Luther King Jr., a preacher whose words became a rallying cry for justice, equality, and nonviolent change. His leadership during the civil rights movement reshaped America, and his legacy continues to inspire global movements for human dignity. Martin Luther King Jr. was born on January 15, 1929, in Atlanta, Georgia, into a family deeply rooted in the African American church tradition. His father, Martin Luther King Sr., was a prominent pastor, and his mother, Alberta Williams King, was a school teacher. Raised in the sweet Auburn neighborhood, then a thriving center of black business and culture, young Martin witnessed both the vibrancy of his community and the harsh realities of racial segregation. He excelled academically, skipping 2 grades in high school and enrolling at Morehouse College at just 15 years old. At Morehouse, King encountered the teachings of Dr. Benjamin Mays, a scholar and minister who emphasized social justice and moral courage. These ideas deeply influenced him, shaping his belief that faith must lead to action. After graduating in 1948 with a degree in sociology, King pursued theological studies at Crozer Theological Seminary in Pennsylvania. There, he immersed himself in the philosophy of nonviolence, studying the works of Mahatma Gandhi and Reinhold Niebuhr. He earned a Bachelor of Divinity degree in 1951 and went on to complete his doctorate in systematic theology at Boston University in 1955. In 1953, King married Coretta Scott, a talented musician and activist who would become his lifelong partner in the struggle for equality. The couple moved to Montgomery, Alabama, where King became pastor of the Dexter Avenue Baptist Church. It was here, in December 1955, that his leadership in the civil rights movement began to take shape. When Rosa Parks refused to give up her bus seat to a white passenger, sparking the Montgomery Bus Boycott, King was chosen to lead the newly formed Montgomery Improvement Association. At just 26 years old, he emerged as a powerful voice, calling for peaceful resistance and unity. The 381-day boycott was a turning point. Despite threats, arrests, and a bombing of his home, King remained committed to nonviolence. The campaign succeeded when the U.S. Supreme Court ruled bus segregation unconstitutional. This victory established King as a national figure and demonstrated the power of collective, peaceful action. In 1957, he helped found the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, SCLC, an organization dedicated to advancing civil rights through nonviolent protest. As its first president, he traveled across the South, organizing marches, training activists, and preaching a message of love and justice. Throughout the late 1950s and 1960s, King led or supported pivotal campaigns that challenged racial injustice. In Birmingham, Alabama, 1963, he organized protests against segregation, enduring imprisonment and witnessing the violent response of authorities. His letter from Birmingham jail, written on scraps of paper, became a foundational text of the movement, defending the moral duty to disobey unjust laws. Later that year, he stood at the Lincoln Memorial and delivered his iconic "I Have a Dream" speech to over 250,000 people during the March on Washington. The speech's eloquence and vision captured the world's attention and helped build momentum for landmark legislation. King's leadership extended beyond marches and speeches. He understood the importance of strategy and coalition building. The 1965 Selma to Montgomery marches for voting rights, which faced brutal police violence on Bloody Sunday, led directly to the passage of the Voting Rights Act of 1965. That same year, he was awarded the Nobel Peace Prize, recognizing his commitment to nonviolence in the face of hatred and oppression. As the movement evolved, King broadened his focus to address economic inequality and oppose the Vietnam War. He launched the Poor People's Campaign in 1968, aiming to unite Americans of all races against poverty. His stance drew criticism from some political leaders and weakened some alliances, but he remained steadfast in his belief that justice must be comprehensive. On April 3, 1968, in Memphis, Tennessee, King delivered his final speech. "I've been to the mountaintop," speaking prophetically about the challenges ahead. The next day, April 4, he was assassinated on the balcony of the Lorraine Motel. His death sparked grief and unrest across the nation, but also galvanized continued efforts for equality. Martin Luther King Jr.'s legacy endures in profound ways. His birthday is celebrated as a U.S. federal holiday, and his words continue to inspire activists worldwide. He showed that change is possible through courage, faith, and nonviolence, that one person's voice, grounded in moral clarity, can awaken a nation's conscience. From Montgomery to Memphis, his journey reminds us that the fight for justice is ongoing, and that hope, when paired with action, has the power to transform society. His life stands as a testament to the enduring strength of the human spirit in pursuit of a more just and compassionate world.